The canopy trembled, though no sound broke the still air. Two shadows moved, silent as the drifting mist, eyes locked, muscles coiled. Above the jungle's green sea, kings of the branches prepared for a clash, unlike any before. A mighty leopard, sleek and powerful, crept along a thick limb, its golden coat blending with flickering sunlight. Across from it, a massive male orangutan, ancient and wise, clung to a towering fig, gaze steady, breath slow. Neither wanted this fight, yet neither could back down. The jungle watched, holding its breath. Leaves seemed frozen, vines hung like ropes of suspense. The leopard's tail flicked once, a warning, a signal of readiness, but the orangutan did not flinch. His massive arms gripped the bark, strength built from years among the trees. He knew these heights, knew every branch, every secret path, but so did the leopard, master of ambush, hunter of the unseen. Step by step, the distance shrank. The leopard shifted its weight, ready to pounce, claws unsheathing like knives. The orangutan leaned forward, not to run, but to face what came. His kind avoided conflict, but today was different. Today, survival demanded courage. The jungle's kings met, not with roars, but with unblinking eyes. A battle of wills as much as strength. The leopard tensed, the coil about to strike. Then in a flash, it lunged, a blur of fur and fury. But the orangutan reacted faster. With an agility that belied his bulk, he swung wide, grabbing a hanging creeper, pulling himself free of the path of death. The leopard's claws raked empty air, momentum carrying it past its target. Branches cracked, leaves showered down like green rain. But no cry came. No victory roar, just the sound of heavy breath and beating hearts. For moments that felt like eternity, predator and rivals stared across the gap. The leopard, chest heaving, wait, its next move. The orangutan, steady once more, waited, knowing patience was his greatest weapon. The leopard growled low, frustration flashing in its eyes. It had not expected this. Not resistance, not wisdom, not strength so calmly held. Finally, the leopard turned, melting into the shadows. Defeated not by claws or teeth, but by the quiet power of a king who knew his realm. The orangutan watched until the hunter vanished, then climbed higher, blending with the canopy once more, leaving no trace but broken twigs, and the lesson burned into the heart of the forest. That day, the jungle learned a truth, as old as the trees. True kings don't always rule through force. Sometimes the greatest victories are silent, won through patience, knowledge, and the courage to stand when others would flee. The canopy side, the fight forgotten as the trees rustled secrets only they could know. But high above, where the leopard once stalked, two figures remained. An old male Sylvain in his hair and wisdom in his eyes, and beside him, a young female, her amber gaze mirroring the strength of the forest floor. They were kin, bound by blood and the ancient call of the wild, and they had watched, hidden as the battle of wills played out above them. Now, as the light soft, painting the leaves in hues of gold and red, the old male spoke, his voice a rumble like distant thunder. There are battles, he said, that are not won with claw or fang, but with stillness and knowing. The young female tilted her head, her ears twitching. She had seen the power and stillness, the wisdom in her father's eyes, as he watched the silent clash. The jungle is not just what you see, little one, the male continued. It is what you feel, what you understand. The leopard hunts with ferocity, yes, but the orangutan, he dances with the trees, reads the language of the leaves. His strength is in his patience, his connection to this place. The young female dipped her head, acknowledging the truth in her father's words. But why? She asked. Why did the leopard challenge him? It makes no sense. The old male chuckled, a sound like dry leaves underfoot. Sense is for those who walk the ground. Little one, we are creatures of the heights. We do not always understand the ways of the earth. The leopard, proud and fierce, sees all challenges as a test, each hunt as a war to be won. It does not understand the worth of patience or the power of knowledge. He looked down at his daughter, her amber eyes shining with understanding. This orangutan has lived in these trees longer than the leopard has known the jungle. He knows the secrets of the fig trees, the language of the His roots run deep like the buttresses of the oldest tree. They watched in silence as the forest around them stirred with life. Monkeys chattered in the distance. A bird called out. A lizard skittered up a tree. Each movement telling a story, each sound weaving a tapestry of life that the jungle's kings understood intimately. Do you think? The young female asked softly. Do you think the leopard will learn? The old male sighed. Some lessons, he said, are too hard to learn. Some paths can never be untrodden. The leopard will hunt again, but it will never truly own the canopy. Its victory may be swift, but its reign will never last. The young female snuggled close to her father, drawing comfort from his presence, his strength, his wisdom. She knew the stories he held, the battles he'd fought, the peace he'd brought to their corner of the jungle. As the stars began to prick the darkening sky, the old male continued. The jungle is a place of balance, of checks and measures. If one creature takes too much, another must give. If one voice rises too loud, another must speak up. This is how we live. In balance. He nuzzled his daughter, feeling her soft fur under his chin. Your mother was right when she told you that the greatest strength is knowing when to fight and when to hold back, when to strike and when to wait. The jungle needs both the leopard and the orangutan. One cannot exist without the other, just as day cannot exist without night. The young female, filled with the wisdom of her father and the lessons of the silent battle, looked up at the vast canopy above them, her eyes shining with newfound understanding. The jungle, she realized, was more than just trees and vines and creatures. It was a community, a family, a place where even silence could be a roar.